my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to present my presentation regarding lack of legal certainty in IT application as innovation of integrity zone. So my name is Novitzar, and I'm going to present to you regarding the legal problem of application in integrity zone. So before we begin, to introduce the background of my study, basically Indonesia has built a program through the Civil Servant and Bureaucracy Reform Ministry. It's called or known as Integrity Zone and Corrupt-Free Region or Clean Serving Bureaucracy Region. That basically states that to have a good government, they have to have an integrity, they have to have a corrupt-free attitude, and to have a clean surfing without a complicated bureaucracy. So they've initiated this program for the government institutions such as the presidential or the local government or even other government bodies such as Supreme Court. And one of the main point that the civil servant and bureaucracy reform raise is that to have a good governance that means to have a good public service innovation. One of the most interesting point to raise about public service innovation is actually known as IT-based application, because as of the Industry Revolution 4.0, it requires the advancement of IT-based applications. So the advancement of civilization requires application and IT, but it begs us the question: does IT-based application actually answers to everything? In fact, if we were supposed to look at the legal aspects, it means there are some legal uncertainty in the use of IT-based application. For example, there is no regulation regarding the formulation of IT-based application. Furthermore, it will be discussed later in the results and discussion. So for this study, we've conducted the study on as normative research, and it deployed several approaches, namely conceptual approach and statute approach. And the primary source of the research is actually based on Act 12 of 2011 and Act 15 of 2019 regarding status formulation, and especially the regulations based on Civil Servant and Bureaucracy Reform Ministry Regulation 52 of 2014. Moving on to the results and discussion. So there are 2 points that the study have managed to raise. The first one being IT-based application as legal problem solver. So if we're talking about IT-based application, most people have confusion about what IT-based application means. So when we're talking about application, it means as a software or a program that to be used for accomplishing our tasks, such as a word processor or even a computer game. So in terms of our daily work or the governance, it means that IT-based application is used to perform a particular task, either to directly for the end user or for us, the user of the application, or maybe it's only used for a certain function, such as a platform for communication. And if we are to relate to the discussion about legal problem, how does IT application may offer us help or answer to solve legal problem? So a legal problem, as defined by Richard Posner, has identified a legal problem as a scenario in which a person may develop a need for protection by external standards to have a relationship with justice as needed. So how does IT-based application can offer need to serve justice? So some legal problems that might be solved or solvable by IT-based application is through the problem of access to justice, because many people have a difficulty in gaining justice. For example, some people want to just to read about judgment from the courts, and they don't have that such capabilities unless they have to go to the court. But now from IT-based application, they can access something that is known as case tracking system or SIPP, Sistem Informasi Penelusuran Perkara in court. And then it also lowers the cost of people to access justice. They can easily just use quota. Yes?
I can inform you that you only have 2 minutes more remaining to present your presentation.
Of course, thank you. All right, so just to make it clear, so there are many use of way to solve the legal problem with application, and one of the points that have to be noticed is that there are a problem in public service innovation application because they don't have the proper legal framework, and they usually disrupts the procedure in using of the public service. Hence, we have to make a regulation so that the use of public service innovation application can be lawful. It's just what suggested by Sri Mulyani as our Ministry of Finance. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much for presentation, sir.